be your faith in...
Put my seatbelt on. Click. Oh no, man, that Sheriff Street guy seems a little fishy.
Yeah, this ain't as cut and dry as they want to make it out to be.
Dude, smoke this cement truck. What are you doing? Don't get caught street racing, though.
Yeah, the fucking penalty is murder.
They'll gun you down in the street. In the streets.
It said stop there, but...
What?
It said stop there on the ground, but who am I to fucking... I'm not stopping. Alright, let's go check this out and we'll go grill some cops, huh? Fucking hit one of these real quick. Woo! That was tight. Random trailer in the road. I don't know if you noticed that.
No.
Yeah, there we go. There's a couple cops right there. So the caution's on.
Alright, so... Victim's name was William...
You're cutting out so bad.
Oh, the victim?
Yeah, what's his name?
Shooting? William Batts, with 2 T's.
Billy Bats.
Yeah.
Alright. Watch this red truck.
Oh, we're going over there?
Hell yeah, we're going over there. We're gonna grill one of these cops.
Damn.
For real.
Damn.
What?
This fucking pickup truck almost ran me over. Shit.
Get an interview with this lady. And I'm pretty sure it's AI.
How you doing, miss? Yeah, it's AI.
Hey, that's a local.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure. Appreciate that.
Ask him if he's got any comments.
You wouldn't happen to have any comments on the shooting of an innocent man earlier today, would you?
I would not.
So right.
I gotcha. Marcus DeQueefton with Weazel News. Here's my card if you decide to change your mind. Please let us know. We're trying to put together a story for it, and we'd appreciate any comments we can get.
Alright, let's get this guy in the van. The bourbon.
Pardon me, officer. Do you have a moment?
Put your arm down.
Oh, yeah.
It's, Marcus
Chop,
DeQueefton
calm
with
down.
Weazel News. You mind giving any comments on the shooting death of an innocent man earlier today?
Oh, where was this at?
Over at the U-Tool. Young man was unarmed and in cuffs and gunned down by police earlier today, attempting to flee.
Was he driving a red car?
No, that would be a different suspect at large, believed to be accomplices. This young man was William Batts. He was survived by his mother, father, and his alien girlfriend of 10 years.
I see. Yeah, personally, I think it's just a travesty what's going on here in this county.
Yeah, preliminary reports are saying the gentleman had no weapons, was firmly placed in handcuffs, and posed no immediate threat to the officers. And the officers on scene felt it was necessary to stop the man using automatic gunfire. Any comments on that?
I don't know too much about the incident there, but I can tell you that there's some corruption, going on here in the law enforcement in this county and here in the area of Sandy Shores, and even on the highways. There's some corruption going on. I was just trying to do a pursuit and you know, I got passed by, you know, 6 Chargers, and not one of them, you know, let me know that they're gonna pay. They could have caused a horrible accident on the highway. So it was, you know, I just see a lot of this kind of nonsense police work going on.
Oh, absolutely. That could have been dangerous on multiple accounts.
Yeah, they just seem to take matters into their own hands, you know, and we got SWAT teams doing traffic stops, and we've got you know, some highway units are doing like, you know, 8 to 10 traffic stops in a night, and then there's like folks like me with my canine unit here, and you know, we don't get anything. We just sit around all night and sleep because nobody calls us to a call.
Officer, can you
so it's
comment
really
on
unbalanced
the
and
report
not fair.
that the young man was shot eight more times into his chest, some into his back?
Well, I mean, I guess if you want to talk about that, we can. This is the utility guy you keep talking about?
Yes, officer. William Batts was his name. Preliminary reports from the coroner's officer showing 8+ gunshot wounds from rifle caliber rounds, multiple in his chest as well as his back.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me, because when we, he was in cuffs, you know, right away. So there shouldn't have been any reason to shoot him. I'm just equally as surprised to hear that as you are.
We've also received some dash cam footage corroborating that story where the gentleman was in cuffs and was shot in the back. Any comments on the dash cam? Usage of dash cams, body cams, things of that nature. Do you think it's helping or hurting the county?
You know, I think the behavior of some of these officers is disgraceful, and they need to think twice about their actions.
Officer, do you have any comments on the fact that several officers have told us that there's people on the force that are known for taking money and taking drugs in the place of charges?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all if people were being bribed. Yep, that's probably definitely happening.
Do you have any comment on the fact that several officers have been seen in no drug areas, off duty?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that we have some junkies on the force. In fact, I would be suspicious of that 152 guy, because he's been like on back-to-back calls all night tonight. I don't know how he's got to be doing coke or something, because I don't know how he's doing it.
Do you have any comment on the fact that the BCSO does indeed have an internal affairs and a detective unit, and it seems like the police are doing all of the back ends of this? Detectives and IA are not being called, and they're not being utilized properly.
Yeah, I totally agree with the misuse of departments. You know, we had SWAT doing traffic stops earlier, and you know, Air 1 was just taking joyrides, and yeah, it's just a mess. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do about all this.
My last question: do you, to your best knowledge, know if it's protocol to release automatic weapons, SWAT units, and the Bearcat for what is essentially 2 19-year-olds street racing on the highway?
No, it was a bit overkill, especially when the Bearcat pitted the Toyota without any tires that was traveling like 4 miles an hour. I thought that was a little excessive, but you know, who am I to say?
That's all I got for him.
Clearly, I'm just the rookie around here, I guess. So,
if you don't mind, can you turn the camera off? Can I just have your name and rank just for the write-up we have to do afterwards, so we can give you credit?
Oh, sure, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
my badge number is 130. And my rank is Lieutenant Dusty. It's D-U-S-T-Y. For now.
Oh yeah, we've heard about you. You're pretty popular with the news.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna blow him.
You think some people would? Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, we've actually got a nickname for you at Weazel TV. We call you Officer CCTV.
Oh. Maybe that's why I didn't get any calls tonight.
Yeah, you're pretty well known in the news industry here. You seem to show up in a lot of these.
Yeah. Super, move along.
Just kind of off the record. We're kind of looking into. I don't want to say this too loud because obviously we've got a crowd behind us, but we're getting some reports that there's a car dealership down in the city. Might not be on the up and up. There's like a bunch of Italians running it, and there's like a heavy theft ring kind of like in the area, and they tend to have quite the rolling inventory down there.
Nice.
Oh, I would not. That I think is preposterous. I know the Lucianos very well, and I'm sure that there's nothing shady going on there.
Yeah, we're getting tips otherwise. We've had a few officers tell us that they might be scratching bins and selling stolen cars and shit down. But I was just curious if you heard that. What the fuck?
No, I'm not sure. I would check out the shady people that work for him. In fact, I pulled over one earlier today for going 83 down the entrance ramp to 13. Passing cars are ridiculous.
Wow. Did you arrest him or did you gun him down as well?
No. I was tempted to put a couple rounds into him, but then I decided to give him a written warning because he had a clean record.
I see. Strange way to do police work, but I can get behind that kind of thing.
Yeah, sometimes you have to control yourself and hold back,
Absolutely. We appreciate the comments, Officer Dusty. Here's my card, Marcus Jaqueef with Weazel News. If you need anything or have any other comments,
hey Marcus, I'm gonna get some end shots real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hey, Marcus, whenever you're ready, we're ready up here for you guys.
Oh, go ahead. I can hear him from here.
Hey, are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm all good. Yeah, your mic's a little low. You just move it up your lapel a little bit. That's just kind of muffled.
Who, me?
No.
Oh.
Character, Jesus.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. How's this?
Yeah, just test it real quick.
Test. How you fucking doing? Test.
Chomp, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's good. Just hey, Marcus. Make sure you get pretty close to him, okay? Just in case they start mumbling shit.
Real close?
Yeah, hold the fuck.
Chomp.
What?
What's
he doing?
Is he friendly?
Oh yeah, he's our K9 unit. He's just probably making sure you don't have any.
Yeah.
Sir, would you like us to
substances
shoot
on
the
you.
dog too?
Oh,
I don't know.
Now,
Was he committing a crime?
Apparently
he's an
that's
officer. Okay, come on, Chomp, come on.
We don't need any.
I mean,
innocent man
we
and
lock
dog
up
shot
all.
tonight.
No, we lock up all criminal LEOs, dogs included.
Okay, we are ready for you whenever you are, Attorney General.
Okay, would you like to step inside, or would you want to do this out here?
Hell no.
Where would you guys like to go?
Inside or outside?
outside.
No, we can do it right here.
Does he want to come up here to get a close-up, or is he just gonna stay far back? I mean, it's up to him.
You gonna get the far shot, or you gonna come in a little bit?
You want me to move in a little bit? Light's not too nice to your face right now. We've had a long day. You've kind of sweat some of your makeup off.
Yeah, well, it's been a long day. Whatever makes the best shot for us.
All right.
Fucking. I'll let you guys do the talking. I'll just kind of stand off to the side here. Camera's gonna be on you.
Okay.
Dog walked around sniffing ass.
As you guys have already been told, I am the Attorney General for this great state. Clifford D. or Cliff Decker, whichever you want to go by. Next to me here is the Sheriff for Blaine County, Josh Street. Now, at approximately 6 p.m. today, the Highway Patrol and the BCSO were involved in a vehicle pursuit, which I believe started over a race or some sort on the highway. The SWAT team was close by. They did deploy spike strips and joined into the pursuit at the end as they were readily available. A foot chase ensued with one of the subjects, who was caught a short time later, was placed into custody, and another vehicle, a red and colored two-door, appeared, and it appears at this time tried to strike one of the SWAT team members. As the vehicle left, so did the other subject, who decided to run on foot again. Given the deadly force situation of the vehicle, shots were fired at it, and as of right now, we are unsure exactly how these shots were fired on the other subject, as he was running towards the vehicle that shots were actively being fired at, so we are unsure if that was an accident or not. As of this time, the coroner's office has been able to make identification to family and next of kin of the subject, so we were able to release the deceased subject's name at this time. His name is William Batts. As of right now, my office, as usual, when an officer-involved shooting occurs, has taken over the investigation and will be followed up thoroughly from here on out. We were awaiting the autopsy results from the coroner's office, and we'll go further into the investigation at that time. Now, at this time, I can take a few questions if you have them, but I may have to tell you that as part of an ongoing investigation, we'll have to answer at another time.
Dude, let him have it.
Yeah, first question. In the regards to gunshots being fired, wouldn't that be considered excessive force, seeing as the victim was unarmed and in handcuffs and posed no immediate threat to any of the officers on scene?
Well, like I said, as far as I know from the interviews that have been done so far, the shots that were fired were at the vehicle that tried to run over one of the SWAT team members, which would have made it a deadly force encounter because a vehicle is a deadly force option that the subject tried to use. Like I said, from the few videos that I've watched from UTOL and the interviews, it sounds like the subject that is deceased, Mr. Batts, ran towards the vehicle as shots were being fired at it, so it is unclear at this time whether it was accidental or not on that part. We are still trying to piece all the pieces together on that.
I see. And from what evidence you've seen so far, you are able to prove without a doubt that there was intent from the driver of the red vehicle to harm the officers on scene, or is that still pending?
Well, obviously that would still be pending as well. However, when you leave the roadway and you drive right towards officers and one of the officers has to jump out of the way,
that didn't
as
happen.
Your buddy and you start trying to run from them for him to get in the vehicle, I would safely say that there is clear intent. The intent may not be to harm, however, you're placing your vehicle and all that in a deadly force encounter with law enforcement at that time.
Officer, you don't think it's possible that as they were both about 19 years old, that they were just panicking and that he was just trying to pick up his friend and leave the situation?
Well, anything's possible, but like I said, once you leave the safety of the roadway and drive into a crowd of officers that are placing somebody in custody, pretty sure there's an intent there on any law enforcement officer standpoint that you're trying to do so.
Is it usual protocol for SWAT officers with automatic rifles and a Bearcat armored vehicle to be committing traffic stops?
From what I've been told, there were no traffic stops being made by them. They were out and about and did assist with some stops, but they were not the initiating on any of them.
So what do you have to say to the fact that we have reports that there has been SWAT all over the county doing traffic stops, getting involved with 9 priority stops, and obviously killing 19-year-olds.
Well, I would not say killing 19-year-olds, sir. However,
The record shows that the victim
what-
is deceased.
are you going to let me finish the question that you posed to me, sir, or are you going to become argumentative?
It depends. Are you going to shoot me?
Sir, look, I made a statement to the people of this county and of this state quite a while ago that drug traffickers and offenders are not going to be taken lightly, and they're not going to just go free. And I'm not going to crucify officers that are out and about doing their job and doing what they are tasked to do that get involved with things. Our SWAT officers drive around for the most part in unmarked vehicles.
I got it.
No, hang on.
They are there, and they have all their
said they were
equipment in their
drug dealers.
vehicle to
Yeah, I know.
respond
That's
to
what I picked up
calls
on too.
Yeah, hang on.
out of their vehicles, and they do perform all actions of any LEO or any law enforcement officer while they are in their vehicles without being on a SWAT call out at that time. So if that's the question that you're asking, then yes, they are doing their job in those instances as well.
I understand, but officer, you are now insinuating that the 2 young men in the street race were drug dealers. That is what you were saying at this time.
No, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is I made a promise to the people of the state when I became Attorney General that we were going to be tough on crime, not necessarily just narcotics, but crime in general. And I would say that throwing in a bunch of other things that the SWAT team was involved in today in this incident doesn't necessarily amount to wrongdoing on their part. Just like you running fast to report a car crash and getting into a crash yourself isn't necessarily the fault of the car crash you're going to begin with to report, right?
I understand. I just, I don't see any evidence in my notes, and there have been no reports of the 2 young men dealing drugs or having any connections to any drug dealers or having anything on their person that would indicate such a thing. But my next question is the increased use of the SWAT team and the Bearcat on seemingly non-priority situations. As it was once said, the Bearcat was involved in this chase. It being a high-speed pursuit, a heavily armored vehicle, and a tactical SWAT team, to me, in my unexperienced opinion, didn't seem like the best use of assets for that specific situation.
Well, sir, basically, sir, what I would say is unless somebody has leaked leads classified information to you, which my office would definitely investigate that as well. You do not have their complete criminal history in front of you. You don't know what all that they've done. Again, all that will be looked at in our investigation and will come out at a later point. The one thing that I can say is give my office time. Let us get through all the evidence. Like I said, told you guys at UTOL, we got caught about it approximately 8 hours ago. My office has been diligently working through everything, doing investigations and interviews with officers involved.
Who's this guy to my left?
And doing evidence collection at the scene. And, we are very young into this investigation.
We can neither confirm nor deny if we have contacts within the BCSO.
Now, just so we're all clear here, the state does not, nor has ever owned a Bearcat, nor do we have a SWAT team. We contract out the Sheriff's Office, which does have a Bearcat and SWAT team. So the state was only involved in the initial pursuit for the first half. When the spike strips got laid out, several county officers did lay out spike strips to stop the vehicle. Now, when the pursuit had ended and the vehicle had was already coming to a stop with the spike strips, the suspect was already to a full stop, and the county vehicle that is in question, not saying it was a Bearcat or
It
not
was.
confirming that it
It was.
isn't, then pitted
I
the
got it
vehicle
recorded.
and run the chase to an end. Now,
They're really
we
good
just
at
want
just
this
talking.
to be stated in, going on record,
Oh, just like real cops.
from the state side, that
I got a
these
question.
were county
All right.
officers, not state officers.
Ma'am, if I
you
may,
would give me a chance to explain, I can let you know what's going to happen to those county officers.
okay, well,
But go ahead with your question.
I've just got a quick question for the lady over there. You said that they contract out both SWAT and their equipment. Is it usual for the state to contract SWAT and their third-party Bearcats and automatic weapons for misdemeanors?
Well, sir, that's a good question. No, like the Attorney General said himself, usually if they're on call or they're in the area and they pick up a call just to assist us with certain things, they can do so. Like they said, like the Attorney General stated before, they are law enforcement officers. They do carry their gear around 24/7, so that's kind of how it goes. With the whole contracting out, usually the way the whole Bearcat situation and how it all works out is with the federal government, they give us the funding, or they give a county funding for a certain amount of vehicles and equipment, and it goes from there. We use our federal government money for certain vehicles and fleet vehicles and new radios and such. So, yeah.
Did you say flip vehicles?
I would just like to point out that, as you said, for misdemeanor crimes, yes, the initial speeding infraction that they were doing at the time would have been a misdemeanor. However, once the Ohio State Patrol got involved in it in a pursuit and sued, that brought it to a felony level crime, because the act of fleeing at a high rate of speed
I'm gonna nail it.
and all that is a felony.
I don't think he's wrong, though.
Okay. Once that happened, we
He's
ended
not,
up,
but they're wrong for killing them.
fortunately,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Sheriff's Department SWAT team, who was close by, did engage in it. As I've already stated, spike strips were laid. A full pursuit ensued. Subject tried to strike the officers. From the way that it sounds so far, I can't confirm nor deny his intent. We are still working through that.
Why are all of their answers
And
like 7 minutes
A
long?
gentleman is dead. It is a sad
That's how you give a press
course of
conference.
events that has taken place today.
You soak up
However,
everybody's time
with those
until they
events
get
taking
irritated.
Place, At
least that's what I would do.
It falls back on the arms of
I got one.
the two gentlemen involved.
All right, well, we'll see what Sinister has to say.
Unfortunately, it would
He's
fall
dying
in
to
on
say
that,
something.
and
I
it
know.
also would fall in
And then I'll see if
on
Mystery Reporter's got
the
something to
Highway
say.
Patrol for
Fucking
engaging in the
Clifford's
pursuit
gonna
to
talk
begin
for the next
with.
hour and a
Some
half.
of it would fall on the Sheriff's Department.
He's
for
good at
getting
giving these
involved with
responses,
the
though.
Highway Patrol's incident. But
The
at
second
the
he
end,
stops,
it's
I'm
a
cutting
bunch
him
of
off.
law enforcement officers doing their jobs to go home safe at the end of their shift and taking care of problems that we have
You'd think he's done
put
this
on them
before.
to take care of
Christ.
throughout the county and the state.
Mr. Attorney
Now,
Fire
General,
guy.
is it
I'm not
normal
saying-
for police
I'm not
officers
s-
to play judge, jury, and executioner based on felony charges?
At no point is what happened them being judge, jury, and executioner. We have a system in our country that they uphold, and there were instances today where that exactly happened the way that it should.
Well, if I
Okay,
may, I've got one more thing
as
to
far
say, and then
as-
the other gentleman can speak. But we actually have gotten a hold of some of the dash cam footage, and it does appear as though the police have played judge, jury, and executioner. I mean, they chased a couple of teenagers, and then they shot them down without any due process. I mean, they weren't arrested, they weren't cuffed, they weren't read their rights. They were basically gunned down on the side of the highway. I'd like to reiterate that they were both 19 years old. They were children.
Well, I would just like to
Now
point out
you're
the video
stating-
that. Hold on. The video that I have seen as the Attorney General already, I know that your statement's to be false already, because the subject was handcuffed because he had been tased before his buddy attempted to
No, I
strike an
wasn't
officer.
tased.
Again, that's the way that it
Speak
looks
up.
from the videos that I have seen so
I
far,
can't.
but we're still
Why?
working through that.
Because I'm not.
At this
And
point, we're going to
Vegas.
stop all.
I'm not-
we're gonna
you know what I'm
stop you
saying?
for
I just said we
questions.
have dash cam footage.
Sheriff Street, if
from
you
our
have anything
contact.
to add on what you're doing with your officers internally at this point, but the criminal
Well, let him say what he's
investigation will
gotta
be
say.
handled by my office.
One quick thing, we do have dash cam footage that we obtained from an officer. The subject was at no point tased.
Like
yes.
like the Go ahead, Street.
So, as I had stated earlier, the 3 officers involved, one Derek Gamble, one Richard Head, and the 3rd officer that we are
Richard
attempting
Head.
to find out who was there as well, are currently on unpaid leave
Well, how do you
at
not
this
know
time,
who was there?
and they will be then the Attorney General will be handling that investigation for that. Also, from the video footage that I saw, he was tackled and not tased.
Mm-hmm. That's better.
Whoever that is
Also,
behind you
for the
says
record,
he's here to speak on behalf of
stating
Bates
that
and his
both
family.
suspects perished, unfortunately,
Okay.
at the scene. The other
How
suspect,
do you know that?
the other
just tweeted
teenager, is still at large
Huh.
in the red vehicle that is not showing up in databases. So therefore, we're still looking for that red vehicle,
Interesting.
and he's
Fuck it, let him
still
do
going to face charges
No, yeah,
if we
and
ever
it's
find him.
Bats, not Bates. Whatever.
it. Whatever. He was a good cop. Let him play.
Yeah.
I think that does.
Okay, gentlemen.
wraps it up.
At that point, that is going to conclude the press conference. As more information becomes available, I will get it out to your respective news agencies, and we will organize things from here.
Hey, what about this guy? You're not gonna let him talk?
Damn it, J.J., I was
Cooper, what are you
about
doing?
to put my
What
camera
guy
on.
are you talking about?
Oh.
I don't know. He stood there the whole time. He hadn't said nothing.
Talking to me, sir?
Yeah, man. You got any questions for him?
Well, I have a lot of questions, unfortunately. My name is Robert Frunk. I Bates family. I represent the Bates family in this
Just be like
matter,
you
and I
mean
want to
Bats.
thank you guys in the media for holding the state agencies accountable when they take the lives of innocent members of
Oh, he's breaking up real.
when they take the lives of innocent members of
Are
our
they-
community.
Really?
Yeah,
You're
I
leaving?
think it's
walked
important
away.
the work that you're doing. I thank you for referring to Mr. Bates as a victim, and that's exactly what he is.
Oh,
We
he's
have in
talking
this
to
case
us.
a
He's not talking to the
19-year-old
cops.
Man, more boy, gunned down, an unarmed man out on the streets, gunned down, and the answers that the state has are lacking. They have very few answers. I think the questions you raised are very good ones. Why was SWAT out there in the first place? This is a routine traffic
I
stop.
like this guy.
What is the purpose of having armed weapons? And I think on behalf of the Bates family, we're going to be asking in my office some very serious questions about the integrity of this investigation
What?
and ultimately what happened.
Just let him have it.
Hey, cut the camera real quick. I know you're like professional, but it's Bats.
Oh.
Yeah, no big deal. Just
I'll have
We'll
to set my
edit all that
secretary
out.
straight. Here, I'll just say
Yeah,
bats
you
a
might
few
wanna-
times. Bats. Bats.
Yeah.
Bats. You can lay it
There you
over
go.
it.
Oh yeah, he could totally do all that. We'll just edit out all the stuff where you say
Yeah,
Bates and put in Bats.
I'm
No
gonna
big
edit
deal.
all this in the van before it goes out.
I'll have to call my
Yeah.
secretary and set her straight.
Yeah, so you can go ahead. So I just wanted to let you know.
Well, no, I mean that's. I mean, I don't want to say all that again. That just came off the top of my head. So
Oh,
it's.
did you have anything else, or was that your statement?
Well, that's how the Bats family feels.
Wonderful.
I haven't clearly have spoken to them, so as a professional would.
We appreciate it, Mr. Funk.
Sure.
Yes. Well, keep asking your questions, and we will as well, and we will hold together the state accountable.
You have a good one. We'll be speaking to you soon.
Okay.
Nice.
Some
Fucking
scum.
bullshit.
Shirley, that is some bull. And she's yanking with the right knee.
You guys are fucking amateurs.
Tell you what, I don't know how he passed the bar exam.
I'm talking
He's
about
like
these fucking
facts.
corrupt ass cops.
Yeah, well, badge and a gun.
I want to drive by these cops and say that. Yeah, I swear to God, man, it's like they'll give anybody a fucking badge and a gun. I'd be shocked if any of these guys graduated high
License to
school.
kill and shit.
Is that him just walking off into the bushes?
I think so.
Yeah, that's him just walking off into the distance.
Dude, he had the perfect reporter pet.
Oh, absolutely, dude. He made us look like shit.
Yeah, he did. And his guy doesn't walk like a douchebag. My guy's like fucking ghetto reporter guy.
He just bought his fucking first suit.
Yeah. Hey, what up, dog? This is the news, man.
Well, I guess we'll be...